Hello, my name is Stuart Black and I am the Business Development Manager for Adobe here at Ingram Micro. Today, we're going to dive into the all-new Acrobat Studio, your all-in-one solution for smarter document management, creative design, and seamless collaboration. Let's show how these tools can transform the way that you work. First off, the AI Assistant. This function instantly gets answers, summaries, and actionable insights from your PDFs. The AI Assistant helps you find information, generate content, and automate repetitive tasks so you can focus on what matters most.
So first of all, we have a document here, the impact of technology on the world. This is a 9-page document, but this could quite easily be a 200 or 300-page document. What we can do with the AI Assistant is once we've loaded our document in, it will then come up with these questions here. Just some prompts that we might want to ask first of all. And so first of all, what we can do is we can select summarize this document. If I click on that, what we can then see, if I extend this out a little bit for you, it's going to summarize this document for us. And very, very quickly, we are able to see the document summary here. And as we scroll down, what we can then see is still just doing its last little parts of gathering the information. We can see it's given us quite a detailed summary here. And what we can then do is we can copy that information and put it onto another PDF or Word document. What it also allows us to do is ask further questions, or we can see these points on here. Now, these points here are the attributes. And what this is doing, this is linking back to the document so we know exactly where the information has been pulled from. So if I click on here, it's going to take us to exactly in that document where it's pulled that information. So all of the information is all attributable back to the original source, making it very, very secure. And it's only accessing the documents that we are providing it and not surfing the internet like various other products. Now, what we can then do from here, we can actually ask it another question. Let's put something else in here. If I do, write me a 20-minute webinar on the impact of technology in the world from this document, what we can then do is click on here and it will then start to analyze the document and pull that information again together for me. If I scroll further down here, we can see it started. It has written us a 20-minute webinar like we've asked it to. It's even given us the timings for each slide and the context for each slide and what it's going to look like. So we can see that on here. So this is the AI Assistant. It allows you to pull that information together and access documents. If we had two documents that were exactly the same, we could compare them in here, saving us a lot of time. We could ask it summaries to summarize. We could ask it for 5 key takeaways. You could ask it for whatever you want from that document, and it's going to pull that information together for you.
Next, Adobe Express brings powerful design tools to everyone, allowing you to create stunning graphics, flyers, and social posts in minutes. No design experience required. With templates, brand kits, and easy export options, you can keep your content on brand and ready to share.
From the point where we've finished on that last part with AI Assistant, what we can then do is take the details here that we have on this webinar and then scroll down to the bottom here. And like I say, we can then copy this information onto a PDF document or Word document or anything that we need to. But one of the added functionalities with Acrobat Studio is that we can now access the tools function up here. In here, there are various new tools such as Generate Podcast. This would allow the document to be read back to you in a podcast style. And what that will then do is, read it as if it was two people having a podcast and accessing your document and reading it back to you. So depending on how you access that information or you need to access that information, this is a very, very good feature. But what we're going to look at here is how Adobe Express features in Acrobat Studio. Now, we're going to use this button here, the Generate Presentation. And what we can then do is we can click on here. And what it's then going to do is going to take that information that we've had on our PDF and it's going to transfer it over to Adobe Express. And what it's then going to do is going to allow us to start putting together some details. So on here, if we click in here and put the same prompt that we had on our last one, we can see that it's added the files here. We can add extra files in if required. And we can also customize this. So if we click on here, we can see the length. So we have short slides, medium, 6 to 10, or long, or we can customize it as well. For this purpose, we'll select the short one. We can then also select the audience type. Now, because this document is about technology and it's analyzed that document, it will already know the type of people that we might want to be aiming this webinar at. So if it was a sales document, this would be more salespeople in here. If it was legal, they'd be legal professionals as well. But for this one, let's just select HR professionals potentially. And then what we can then do is select the level. So we have concise, medium, and detailed information, depending on what you want. For this one, we'll just select concise. Now, I'm going to click generate on here. And what it will now do is it will then start putting that information together for me in a webinar style and put the slides together for me. Because it's accessing Adobe Express, it has access to Adobe stock for widgets, for assets, and any little functions that it feels will add to your presentation, and it will put that in there for you. And because it's Adobe Express, this is all customizable as well. So just take a couple of seconds more just to put this information together onto our presentation. And once it's completed its process, we can then go in and start editing all the content if we need to. So here we go. So here's our presentation. As I say, it's all completely changeable. If we didn't want to, we didn't like the looks of this, we can go in here and we can click and change all of this information. We have the other slides down the bottom here. As I mentioned, it adds in the artwork that it feels relevant, but this can all be changed as well, and simply by just clicking on it and changing the content. We can add more media or elements if we wish by just accessing this top right button here. The other good thing about Adobe Express is that you have the blanket function. So we could have our own blanket set up with all of our logos, all of our fonts, colors, and everything ready to go. And simply by clicking in the blanket, we can then match this to all of our company assets. And so everything is streamlined across the company and it all matches. But as you can see, it's built as a presentation here that we can use for our webinar. Very, very quick and easy in saving us a lot of time.
And last, but by no means least, we have the PDF Spaces. PDF Spaces is your hub for document collaboration. Organize, share, and manage all your PDFs in one secure place. Invite team members to track activity and keep everyone literally on the same page.
Once I've selected the PDF Spaces, what I can then do is start adding documents and just dragging and dropping them into the space. So we will add in a Word document here. We can add in a PDF. So I just drag this over. Add in a PDF as well. And we can add up to 100 documents into here. And what it's going to then do is start analyzing then multiple documents together. So these could be Word documents, PDFs as we have in here. These can be web links or PowerPoint presentations up to 100 meg at present, which is going to be increasing. Now what we can then do is once it's completed its details here, we can then select where it's got overview. And what it will then do is it will give us an overview on them documents that we have put in there. As you can imagine, if you have lots and lots of documents in here, it's going to give you a really good overview of what you're aiming this at. So this documents are based around Acrobat Studio, but it could quite easily be around Microsoft. It could be a HR department with compliance tools, emails and details that they need to put in here. And what you can have is it saves you having lots of files in lots of different places and having to scrap around for information. With PDF spaces, you can put it all into this one space, and then you can start asking your documents questions. So again, it's going to give you some summaries over here on the right hand side, but then we can start asking it questions. So for example, on this one, what I'm going to ask it to do is to build me a business plan, highlighting the benefits of Acrobat Studio over Pro. Now, if I click on here, obviously it's going to start taking that information from the multiple documents this time rather than just the one, and pulling all that information together. And as you can see, straight away it's given us a nice concise business plan on the benefits of Acrobat Studio. And so we have in here the AI Assistant, PDF Spaces, Express. We have some details around the enterprise-grade security and the return on investment. It even pulls across some graphs and details as well that it feels well relevant to the conversation that we're looking to have. And once again, all of this is attributed. So I can click on here, and even though it's multiple documents, what this will then do is still take me to that document and that part of the information that is it's pulling that information from. So it's all attributed back and very safe for you to be able to put your documents in here because they are not being cast across the internet, and it's not randomly pulling information from random sources. You know exactly where it's all coming from. Now, once this is all completed down the bottom here, again, it will give us the copy icon, so we can copy and use this for emails. We could put it on Word documents. You also have the Save to Creations button. So Creations is up on the left-hand side, and that will save it for future reference. We can add in more files as more files become relevant. So depending on what you're looking at, if we were a HR or a legal team and there were some new practices that came into play, we could add them documents into here. And then we can start asking the information on that as well. The other benefit from PDF Spaces is that on the top right hand here, once you have created your PDF space, you can then share it with your team. So if you click share on the right hand side here, what it will then do is allow you to invite people to come into this PDF space and start accessing this information. So you can control that. You can control what they can access, whether they can amend it, whether they can just view it and ask it questions. So for example, a sales team, if you had multiple products and you had PDF spaces for each one, for example, Adobe for Microsoft, for various other vendors as well, what you can then do is have these ready to go for your new starters. They can then come in and start asking questions of the documents, and it helps with that whole training process as well, just as an example there. We use it internally here at the moment as well. It's really, really good. We're using it for products and for various information that we can share with our sales teams, and it's a massive help to the sales team.
With Studio, features like AI Assistant, Adobe Express, and PDF Spaces, you can work smarter, collaborate seamlessly, and deliver professional results every time. Interested? Then speak to a member of our team today.